Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Charlotte, you can call me Charlie, and today we are going to be filling out our December bullet journal spread. So, okay, this video was supposed to come out like a week and a half ago. Unfortunately, circumstances prevented me from uploading. We had a flood. We had a massive flood, and as a result, we had two loud fans going on, flood fans, and a humidifier. Seriously, it was the same height as I am, and altogether there was a lot of ambient noise. In fact, I feel like I've lost so much sleep, to be honest. I'm so ready for the holiday. But apart from that, yeah, it was really noisy, and there was no point in me uploading a video with such bad sound quality, so I waited until I could get rid of the fans to film this voiceover, hence why this is going up so much later than I would like. That saying, this is our December spread, and I am so excited about it because I'm finally done this notebook. And no one ever talks about this, but I am so done with this size. I love the Traveler's Notebook standard size for other types of journals, such as my crocheting and reading journal, and I do have videos where I make spreads with those journals and journal in them, so I will leave a link in the cards above. Definitely go check them out. I love this size for other types of journals, just not the bullet journal, because I feel really restricted by the size. I am the type of person that likes to make cutouts, do pop-ups in journals, and I know you didn't see a lot of that in this year's bullet journal themes because I was fulfilling a challenge, which I would talk a little bit more about later on. But I love Dutch doors and things like that. And I tend to do vertical Dutch doors. And I know that you can do horizontal Dutch doors, but with a traveler size notebook, it feels like I've cut my journal into too many small pieces, and then it just gets finicky, so I avoided it altogether. And so I just felt very restricted with what I could make in this size for a bullet journal that works for me. That saying, I'm very excited for this upcoming year's bullet journal spread. I have my books picked out, and I am so excited, and I have a whole backup list of videos for y'all to watch, because even though I wasn't uploading, I did film some videos that I think y'all will enjoy. So definitely, if you haven't, subscribe down below, because I am so excited. If you are as much in love with stationery as I am, then you will like these upcoming videos. Oh, and if you like journaling, because this is a journaling video, and I do have lots of other journaling videos coming out. So, that's just a little tidbit of what's to come. Back to the journal spread that we are actually doing today. I gave myself a theme challenge. And the challenge required that every bullet journal theme of 2021 should be a different animal. And while it's true that I could pick any animal that I want, I also noticed that around the bullet journaling community, certain animals are more popular for certain seasons than others. For example, the polar bear seems to be extremely popular in December, which is partially why I chose not to do the polar bear. Instead, we have a beautiful wombat here. Yay, a wombat! The second reason why I chose to draw the wombat today is because, simply to put it, they are so adorable, and the fact that the main mechanism of their defense is their butt doesn't help. Yeah, you heard it right. The wombats are made out of wombat butts are made out of cartilage and is bite resistant. So who doesn't want a butt like that, In addition, a group of wombats are called a wisdom, and can I just say, if I had to go to a store and be like, I want a wisdom of wombats, please, the alliteration is just so cute, and can you tell that I like writing, that I'm an author tuber? Can you also tell that wombats are so cute? Just so adorable. Another fact is that despite that these large furry creatures are related to koalas out of all animals, they can also run pretty damn fast. And I'm talking about a whooping 40 kilometers per hour, which puts them roughly around the same speed as humans. Are you odd yet? If not, that is still okay because, you know, there's still time to be wowed in this video. For the cover spread, I tried to manifest the cuteness of the wombat into the drawing. So I tried drawing wombats 3 different ways. The first way is depicted in this cover spread. And here I used a large range of supplies. I tried to use a short, small range of supplies, but you know me, it grew and grew. I originally drew my wombat with only my fountain pen, and I went over the drawing, carving small scratches to mimic 4 in different colors, such as with a liner, my fountain pen, and then finally a Crayola marker. And then I went over the entire drawing with a Crayola marker to color in the bulk of the 4. I also decided that since this is December and it's winter, I don't know where everyone else is in the world, but I am in an area where there is snow, so I decided to draw some snow for the winter-esque theme. And of course, when I first drew the wombat out in my sketch, I was like, minimalism, it's gonna be great. And then I realized that it was just really empty, so I added a random tree and I put some snow on the tree. And I think that makes it look a whole lot better. And I don't know how to draw snow. I suppose I shouldn't be saying this in a bullet journaling video of all videos, but I don't really know how to draw snow. So what I ended up doing is I went over the snow with a gray marker to draw like the highlight or the accented color, the shadows of the snow. And that did not work. It was too much of a contrast. So what I redo is I go in again to my drawing with a blue pencil crayon and I shade some of the snow so that it looks like the snow has a blue tint to it. And while I do regret the gray, I think the blue adds a little more of that snowy texture. And for my December font, I'm going with a very basic font. I feel like if February is the romantic calligraphy, then December is like the block letters, because everyone is just ready for the holidays, ready to take time off to enjoy the winter break, and it's the end of the year. We are done with being all like flitzy and yeah. At this point I'm rambling, but you get what I mean, right? So I did do some block lettering here, and I decided that I'd go back over and add some accentuated red to the title spread. Once I was done outlining the title and adding a little more detail to the cover spread, I moved into the next spread, which is our beloved calendar spread. I think I've said this before, but it is my most used spread out of this entire bullet journal because I love seeing that overview for a week and knowing when I can plan things and how I should plan my work day. And I do all of that in my calendar spread, and it's just such an easy way to organize my life. I could not live without a monthly calendar spread. For this month, I decided to go very minimalistic. I have this problem that I mentioned before where I love to use all these fancy supplies when all I need are 2 or 1 even. So I think for my 2022 bullet journal, which I will post a video of coming up soon about my layout, I am going to do something where I am forced to be minimalistic and use not 1,000 supplies. But anyways, onto this calendar spread, I drew another wombat, and my wombat doodle this time was not colored with marker, but rather with fine liners as the coloring. And as a result, it made my wombat look a little spiky. Like, not hairy, spiky. So I do end up going over this drawing with a super tip. And then I decided that, you know, because this is Christmas, I would draw something a little Christmassy. So my wombat is wearing a Santa's hat for no reason except for, you know, the Christmas part of this. And I do think that this turned out very cute, but this wombat is not my favorite wombat. And because of the spikiness, I do go over the wombat a third time by adding a Crayola marker. So basically, I drew my second wombat the same as my first wombat, but it took me a lot longer to get to the outcome of the first wombat because I had to experiment a little. So, and I mean, that's always like a good thing, but yeah. that's what I learned from doing this calendar spread. And you can see that I tried to also rectify this spikiness with a pencil crayon, but the pencil crayon didn't end up doing much, and I don't really understand why I have this wombat sticking out its hand. Originally, I think I was going to draw it with a Santa's bag, but then I thought that would be too complicated, so now it just has its hand up, like, "You shall not pass," wombat style, or something like that. So yeah, so that is my calendar spread for the month of December. Very simplistic, very minimalistic, but I honestly love it. For the next spread, which is my empty spread for brain dumping and other random ideas that come to mind, I made a very adorable, cute wombat sitting over the side, and I love it so much. I mean, just look at its big, fat nose. I love wombats. I feel like they're such an underrated animal, but yeah, I didn't draw any fur on this wombat, and I think it made the animal look 10 times cuter, which is why I love this doodle the best. And I love this empty spread. I know that, empty spreads are kind of questionable, but literally empty spreads I use every month. Even if I don't use it in the month, I go back and I use those empty spreads because it's where I write my Christmas list. It's where I draw, plan my essays. It's where I plan my days that I don't plan on my other page. It's where I write random notes. It's really great. If you don't do a brain dumping page in your bullet journal, I 100% suggest, because it has changed my life. Finally, after this spread, for the first 2 weeks of December, I drew a fat wombat sleeping in front of some cookies, because cookies are integral to holiday season. It's just, cookies just have a wintry vibe, And I almost forgot that this was a December spread and not just another random month, which is also why I did those cookies, just to make it a little more, holiday-ish. And this wombat is so cute. Look at the ears. Each wombat was drawn in a different style, and this color spread I did end up just coloring in without any extra fur or anything, because I loved how I did it in the calendar brain dumping spread. So it all worked out for the best, I think. And another thing that I didn't add in this bullet journal spread, but I did add later on, and that's just kind of for personal reasons, is that I did a reflection page, and I did a Spotify page, and a couple brain dumping pages, just because this is the last spread in my bullet journal and I had a couple extra pages left. So what I did in this Spotify page is, it's very basic. It didn't have any colors. It just had a title. Is Spotify, if you don't use Spotify, has a countdown, has a wrap up. And in this wrap up, this 2021 wrap up, it lists your most used songs and how long you were on Spotify for. And I thought that was really cool. And since the wrap up is obviously disappears during 2022, I thought I would just record it down. And I thought that was really amazing. My number one song that I listened to about 35 times this year was Blackpink's Money, or Lisa's song called Money from Blackpink. So suggest that. And I don't even know if I should say this or not, but I'll my walk of shame here. I listen to more Spotify music than 60% of the population where I live. Does that make sense? Yeah, maybe I have this music addiction. Music is great though. 100% suggest. And I listen to music when I do these spreads too, just because it's really calming. And yeah, I mean, it's a nice way to cool down the night. And yeah, even though I didn't do this spread at night, most of the time I feel like I'm journaling at night. So if I'm not making bullet journals for videos, that is. Anyways, to continue on, for my memories wrap up, I just listed my top memories that happened to me during the month of 2021, and I also had one more page in which I wrote my top movies for 2021, because while I have a reading journal, I do not have a movie journal or anything like that. So I just thought I'd list off some movies that I watched or TV shows that I would watch or rewatch, that I wanted to watch or I would rewatch. So yeah, that is basically my 2021 December Bullet J spread. And I keep on saying day for no apparent reason, but that is okay. I feel like bullet journal day just, it's the day that I dedicate to making these bullet journal videos. And yeah, as you can see, this flip through includes my finished product of how my additional snow turned out, and it does look more like snow. And here is my little wombat. My calendar spread font did not change all that much from the December cover spread, but that's okay. We have my final brain dump, and then last but not least, we have the weekly spread. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope y'all had fun bullet journaling with me or doing something with me. Lots of fun. Have a great day. See y'all later. Bye. Peace.